Hey there, lovely people. What's going on? Good evening from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Today we'll be looking at a Gucci fragrance, a blast from the past, I would say, and Gucci fragrance house. I'm collecting quite a few over the last few months. I am gonna do a Gucci house stock. Yes, that's up next, maybe tomorrow or I don't know when. But I would like to do individual review today, and I'll show you a discontinued fragrance, which is rather like flying under the radar, not getting so much love because you guys know if you've been in the game for some time, Gucci fragrance house basically reviewers sort of hyped them down, saying that after Gucci's, Tom Ford left, Gucci didn't have that much, glory. Gucci's Gucci Purum 1, Gucci Rush, Gucci Envy, Gucci Purum 2, those fragrances, the quality was different. Yeah, I do agree in many ways. But after that, Gucci actually released some Gucci Guilty line and some releases where like they were not really top sellers. So the main reason is it's like we wouldn't know, right? We are just on the fragrance community, but in real world, Gucci actually has a lot of sales. Gucci sells Gucci Guilty line like crazy. You wouldn't believe how much Gucci Guilty is sold in Bangladesh. In my country, at least, I can tell you, people basically are not they are into fragrance, but they are not fragrance heads that much. We have very small communities still, but people in general who do not know much about perfumes, they buy either Bleu de Chanel or mostly that's what that sells: Bleu de Chanel, Dior Sauvage, Gucci Guilty, Nautica Voyage, CK1. These are like top sellers. Daniel Desire Red. So today we'll be looking at Gucci is one of the flankers, Forgotten Gem. It's a very beautiful packaging. I love it. The bottle, everything about this perfume. I have a story to tell you as well. It's gonna go a little bit long, okay? So brace yourself, okay? This is Gucci by Gucci Sport, okay? That's how I think they say it, or Gucci Sport by Gucci. Either way you say it. This is a 90 ml packaging, and it has a Gucci's signature, the colors, like or their, I don't know, emblem. This is Gucci's signature, right? So it's a white box. Apart from that, it does look like a tester box, but it's not. It says Sport in red, sporty, and that's how that looks. That's what that looks like at the back. Nowadays, these are getting a bit hard to find. And a few months back, you saw me buying this other discontinued gem. I really love it, tobacco-based perfume, Gucci by Gucci, Purom. So they have quite a few Guccis, which are like in my list to get, like Gucci Guilty Black. I gave it to my dad, but I would buy that too for me. I really like it. This is very sweet, lovely, and these bottles are really nice. So I also did from this line Gucci by Gucci Oud, right? Gucci, I don't know what it's called. I get really confused. Like Gucci has this Gucci Purom and then the Gucci Guilty. So I think Guilty is a different line. Gucci's Purom is different line. So they have similar dark bottle. That was the Oud, and I don't own it. So here you go, the bottle for the Sport. If you haven't seen it, just take a look at how beautiful this looks. Mild green, slight citrusy green, or something like a fig, young fig. That's what it looks like. It has a horseshoe sort of a cap, metal cap. I wish this was magnetic. That would be awesome, but it's not. Very heavy bottle. This glass base is very, very heavy. Only complaint with this is 90 ml. Why not you give us 100 ml, guys? That would be awesome. But really looks good. Packaging is nice, and the green and red looks awesome. So yeah, you take it out. Sorry, here's the bottom. This one, it says Gucci initials here. It says Gucci. So when you pick it up, sprayer, if you're scared for fakes, looks like black in there. And let me show you the sprayer. I have it on my hand here, the dry down. Let me spray here for fresh. Okay, sprayers are small bursts, not that great, and I wouldn't trust it like to pick up this one because it comes off. Okay, this one is built of metal and plastic, but it's not as heavy compared to the bottle, and it's not very good grip. So overall, these perfumes used to go for $65-$75. If you look for a good deal, perhaps you'll get it under $60. Okay, that's the kind of price range you are looking to pay. But if you talk retail, it will go over $100 now, since this discontinuation prices are going higher. So the story behind this, before I tell you the smell, this fragrance I saw like some 3 years back. I went to a shop, and our brother, he was having this perfume. Then I saw Mont Blanc Legend Intense and this one. So initially I bought this one based on the opening top note. I liked it a lot. But on the way back, when I sprayed for the first time and I went back, coming back in the car, and I was like, where is that perfume? And I feel it like within 1 hour it became very, very weak and close to my skin. And it was a winter day, and cold weather, this fragrance doesn't really shine. I immediately went back and I said, brother, I need to change it. I think I'll take the Mont Blanc Legend Intense. And I changed it. I was very happy with the Legend Intense. It was very good performer. But like I was not really into fragrances that wouldn't be super long lasting or beast mode. And for 2-3 years, I kept thinking about it back in my head somewhere, but I would not really like go out there search for it. Like I was not really searching it. But recent times you saw my pattern of fragrances, my taste kind of changing. Guerlain L'Eau Medial cologne, Givenchy Gentleman cologne, anything that is like cologne style alongside the sweet perfumes, I like them. And that's when I felt like this fragrance is getting rare to find. I saw it in one shop suddenly and I booked it and I got it. So that's basically the story. After 3 years I own it now and I'm very happy. So Gucci basically is a house, as I told you, doesn't get that much love in community, but they sell a lot of bags, they sell a lot of accessories, like sunglasses. They are very popular posh designer brand, definitely. So how good is this perfume? This is so good. If you like looking into summer, let me tell you the goods, then I'll tell you some negatives. First thing is good about this perfume is how refreshing this is. When you smell it, it's just the most beautiful, natural. I get a huge blast of mint, which is not mentioned in the notes breakdown. There's a cypress, mandarin orange, and grapefruit. Yeah, I do get the grapefruit, but I also get the mint. The middle notes, they get fig, juniper berries, and cardamom. Very interesting. Remember the cardamom and the fig. At the base notes, they have vetiver, patchouli, amberette seeds, and musk mellow. Okay, that's the musk. So relatively simpler dry down. You can think of it like aromatic, spicy, fresh kind of a perfume for summers. Okay, summer and spring, this is good. Okay, so it, to my nose, it changes after the initial blast. It changes a little bit from a fresh, zesty, minty opening. It goes slowly to that. I was talking about that fig, and fig is basically a very green note. Fig is kind of like a different kind of note. Some figs are green, some figs to my nose are milky. This is the green variant, just like the juice color. So if you are a fan of fig, if you know Fico di Amalfi, okay, you're gonna like it. If you do like Dior Sport, you're gonna like it. It has resemblance to all those perfumes. It's really, really uplifting, fresh, and it will remind you of fragrances recent days. Modern version of this would be Gucci Guilty cologne. Okay, I got it recently. They have similarities, but this is a lot more toothpastey mint, less sweet, less citrusy compared to this. This has the Dior Sport vintage feel. Dior Sport, the first formulation, beautiful grapefruit, beautiful lemon citrus. Opening burst, 15 to 20 minutes, you're gonna enjoy it from this. Absolute lovely opening, very big burst of freshness and liveliness. It's like very bright out there. But after 15 minutes, those citruses will wear down a little bit. Sadly, I wish it's lasted a little bit more, but citrus usually do not last that long usually. But I felt the dry down is more on the mature side. It's more on that. The cardamom is a very masculine note. I feel it's a very mature note. That juniper base gives it sweetness. It does have a sweetness, mixes with that fig. It amps up a little bit of sweetness. So it's not entirely green or entirely powdery or entirely bitter. Okay, if you're scared for that, it has sweetness, but the sweetness is controlled. That's what I feel, and that's where many people would not love it at first sniff. Okay, and if there's no high heat, this fragrance will not develop or come to you that much. It's a fragrance that loves high heat. Higher the heat, it performs better. Overall, I got like 5 hours from it. Total longevity projection is like 35 minutes to 45 minutes, around that. But if you smell it like this, that's where my dry down is. You smell, definitely, I definitely smell the mint all over. I don't know how they missed it. Perhaps there's a mistake somewhere or my nose is broken, but I do get that mint. So the mint persists for a very long time. Citruses go, mint stay, and then the cardamom very little, but the fig, that green fig, refreshing, vibrant Italian style fig remains. So very subtle, gentlemanly fragrance. If you're wearing like a suit, white shirt, in the summer's day, very bright, sunny day, blue skies, this is a fragrance. You can just go for a drive, but you definitely have to respray this after 3 hours. After 3 hours, you don't smell it that much. After 4th hour, it's almost like perished. So longevity and projection, I would say in the average. Okay, but this style of fragrances I have seen like Guerlain, L'Eau Medial cologne, they perform the similar way, but the projection is slightly better than this. So projection area, this is a little bit weak. Longevity is subpar with their other competitors. So another fragrance, if you want performance version of this is also hard to get nowadays, but this will be, the next one will be a Cartier fragrance. This would be actually affordable. This is Cartier Roadster. Putting them side by side, you can see the resemblance. Okay, very identical, right? But the Cartier one, they have patchouli, vanilla, and what's the other one? Mint. Okay, and this fragrance is very sweet. This is really sweet, very out there, loud. Definitely, this perfume actually like projects a lot more. So if you want, you know, like they're not the exact same fragrance, you can get both if you love this kind of fragrances. Okay, some people are not about complaining all the time longevity and projection. If you're a person that has issues, you know, like performance, you can go with the Roadster or the Gucci Guilty Cologne. These are both better performers than this. But where this is special, you see Dior Sport back in the days used to be like 100 something dollars. Now if you find the old formulation, it's gonna cost you $150 plus, easy. Trust me, 50 ml I have seen going for 130 mil. Compared to that, if you find it somewhere, pay $65 and you can still get it. If you are a person that you can appreciate the true beauty of a perfume, like really nice smelling, kind of like comforting, high class kind of fragrance, and longevity and projection is not your first priority, this is a fragrance I would highly suggest. It's very sophisticated. You wear it, it doesn't smell cheap, it doesn't smell generic, and it smells really, really good quality. This is why I say highly underrated. So I'm very excited. I like my friend Chad gave good reviews on it. He loves it. He gets good performance because he's in Canada. Nice country, nice weather. If you have less humidity, this will last over 6 hours. Okay, that's what difference it makes in different weathers. Okay, so Gucci by Gucci Sport is a fantastic. Is it a masterpiece? I would say close to it. Okay, this fragrance, for the smell, composition, for how beautiful this juice looks, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Okay, 9 for the whole smell, bottle, the packaging. This all three combined gets 9. But if you talk about longevity and value wise, you know, 90 ml you get 10 ml less juice. Actually you need 120 ml to spray, like, you know, heavy, but they don't give you that much. So that will bring down the mark a little bit. I would say it's still 8 out of 10 for Gucci by Gucci Sport. Very, very solid fragrance, very beautiful perfume, and good for summer high heat situation. Okay, it's very good office, let's say office, you know, meetings. It smells the sophisticated for that kind of occasion. So thanks for watching Gucci by Gucci Sport. I'm very happy to have this right now. Look for a bottle. These are getting very rare. You know, these bottles, if you see any of these bottles, you know, these are getting very rare. Gucci by Gucci, the Gucci Purom Oud or something, that Gucci Intense Oud, sorry, yeah. These bottles are getting expensive and rare to find. One of the bottles you have to own. Okay, thanks for watching guys. Have a nice day and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.